But first of all, the lineup. And in lane 1 on the far side, Argentina represented by Elena Urbano and Patricia Conte, who's in the stroke seat closest to you. Lane 2, Great Britain. This is Juliette Machen. She's in the bow of the boat, and in front of her, Joanna Nitsch. Germany, represented by Sonja Koenig and Cora Zilic. The United States, Michelle Boquist and Linda Muri. We talked about this at past World Championships. I question the justification of running a race like this for medals when only 4 enter.
Well, I agree. I mean, the quality is quite good. The racing is good, but if countries aren't going to support the events, they can't really complain if the organising committee drops the event from the racing programme. And that would be a great shame, because it gives lightweights like these a real good opportunity to compete at the top level at World Championships. And it really should be an event for a lot of crews that are trying to break out of the other continents where rowing is still a growing and learning sport. But here, the quality of the rowing is good, and it would be a shame if we lost these events.
Well, just to come back to the story as to why this race was run 24 hours ago, you can just see there Joanna Nitsch in the stroke seat for Great Britain. She has come in as a late replacement for the injured Caroline Hobson, because she was due to row today in the 4. That's why the race was transferred to yesterday. And these two women, well, they do know each other. They have rowed together, but not for a couple of years. But sometimes, Dan, what you don't know, you don't fear, you just get on with it.
Well, they're certainly getting on with it. It's taken them a little bit of time just to get off the start. They really only got an outing in this morning, and because it's a straight final, they've had no chance really to get into the groove at all. But here they are, actually level with the United States in the lead. And it's a very, very good chance for them. If they put under pressure later on in the race, if the pressure's really on, that's where it's going to tell against them. That's where being together for a long time really pays off. But here they are now, just challenging for first place after 500 metres, and that's pretty good for a crew just fresh out.
Well, in the American boat, in the stroke seat there on the left of your picture, that's Linda Muri, herself a world champion in 94 and 95 in the lightweight 4, the first of those medals coming on home water at Eagles Creek in Indianapolis. And that was a famous day, a fabulous race. I can remember that vividly, with the American crowd really enjoying that success. So they pretty experienced, these pair, and they'll be tough for the British to crack.
Well, indeed they will. I think just noticing Argentina on the outside lane there, still up in the hunt and moving very well indeed. And that's Argentina, new to the World Championships really in women's rowing, doing very well. They've got a bronze medal already in the single, and here they are now challenging for the lead with the British, who have now moved up ahead of the United States.
Yes, the Argentinian couple there. Good to see them there. They've not been rowing together very long, just about 6 months, and if they can snatch something out of this, it will give them, as you said, tremendous confidence. I know I was critical earlier on, and I stand by that, but I also accept what you say, Dan, that, you know, particularly for emerging nations, ones who are being helped by the FISA development program, that if they go home with a medal, that will just urge them, and it will give others perhaps the encouragement to take up the sport. And the Argentinians at the moment, no back numbers.
Absolutely, in second place. And the United States, they're trying to get back on terms now with Argentina. They'll find this a big surprise that they've been slipped, and only Germany are now behind them. So we've got the Great Britain pair only on their second outing, out in front, and Jo Nietzsche looking as if she'd been sitting in that seat all year. She's doing a very, very good job in the stroke seat as they come through the halfway point.
Yes, Janice, I should say, will be actually taking part in the lightweight quadruple scull, and here she is rowing, so she's got to sort out her technique and sort out her different approaches.
Well, her technique is very good. She's actually a very classy athlete. She's won medals in the past at lightweight rowing, and she's sitting there just setting the rhythm extremely well. And they've already got now a length, and they're just holding a length over Argentina, and the United States slipping back to half a length back on Argentina, with Germany out of the running altogether. So these three are the crews that are going to win the medals. Can the British team, the British pair, hold it together over the second half against the Argentines, who are going to push them very hard for this medal?
Well, the Americans are not out of it. You can see there's 750 metres to go, so plenty of time for things to change. But we'll have a look at the British there. Now, there's Joe on the left there, member of Kingston Rowing Club, 29 years of age, began her rowing career at Bedford and earns a living as a physiotherapist these days. Sitting behind her, Juliet Maschen, just a year younger, member of Upper Thames Rowing Club. Back in the squad after 3 years of working abroad. And she was a silver medalist with the Great Britain four that finished second in the 95 Worlds. That's the lightweight four. And today she's based at Henley, although she began her rowing career up in Chester. But now concentrate on the Argentinians. What do you make of these two?
Well, I think they're rowing very well. Technically, they're moving very well indeed. They've got the measure, I think, now of the United States. Question is, can they put pressure on the British pair? But I suspect not. I think this is probably the way it's going to go. United States in the middle of the course there, pouring with rain, but good flat conditions. And Germany really have slipped way off the field here. Germany well back, overtaken by the umpire's launch, and really not making any impression at all.
Well, this was a title that was won last year by Australia, with the United States in silver medal position and Great Britain picking up the bronze ahead of France, Germany and China. So at least there were 6 boats last year. But Britain at the moment looking as if they can certainly take the gold here. And that would be an unexpected bonus for Jo Nitsch.
Well, certainly. I mean, she's in a quad, in the British quad, which is in the final later on.
Well, a bit mystifying, the German performance. Certainly disappointment for the home fans, but no disappointment here for the British. To me, Dan, now the duo, Jo Nitsch and Juliet Maschen, have really got the bit between their teeth. They know that they can win this and they're not going to let it go.
Well, absolutely, and it's just very disappointing that there aren't more countries supporting this event. I really do feel that they've got to give it more support if they're going to bring on women's lightweight rowing. But they have done a very, very good show. No criticism of them. They've taken their chance and they've really opened up this lead, very confident, and they're going to take that medal, that gold medal, which will be a good bonus for Jo Nitsch.
Indeed, and a good bonus also for the British team. And the Argentinians clear now in second place, and they are going to be absolutely delighted with this silver medal. They're well ahead of the Americans, who I have to say are very disappointing, Dan. I'm surprised they're so far back. But the British and the Argentinians coming up to the winning line now. Gold to Great Britain, silver to Argentina, and the United States up now to take the bronze ahead of the Germans. But these the times for the record. So it's Mike Williams, the treasurer of the International Rowing Federation, to award the medals. And it's the medals who have the greatest protection. But a good effort by the British duo.